Hi friends, welcome back to Up Close with Lauren Show and Tell. Today's episode is going to be about Lieutenant James Gordon. So, not Commissioner yet, Lieutenant, but I'd rather call him Commissioner because I'm familiar with Commissioner Gordon. Let's change it right away. Lieutenant James Gordon. This is Batman Year 1. I don't have the Batman Year 1 action figure. I have no plans of getting it. But anyway, when I first saw this in the, I think SDCC last year, I was kind of like, oh, I want to get this because it's my first of a comic version of Commissioner Gordon. And nice sculpt. Body back is the same as Constantine from the first series of the Page Punchers. I'll show that to you later on. So I'm excited to showcase this to you guys. And again, if you haven't, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share my channel as well, of course. Let's go. Let's unbox Lieutenant James Gordon. Join me. So Lieutenant James Gordon here comes with a gun. An old style gun, which reminds me of a gun of from The Walking Dead. And you have the regular stand, just the usual McFarlane toys. So let's take this out of the clamshell. So here is Lieutenant James Gordon out of the clamshell, holding the gun like Dirty Harry. Love the sculpt here. Of course, the body and everything is the same as John Constantine, but the head sculpt, face sculpt, I truly like. I like that look. The eyeglasses, the mustache, the molding of the hair. Big guns, big hands, the typical McFarlane toys. And nice weathering on the coat, on the trench coat. Of course, some misses, but that's McFarlane toys, of course. Number one would be the necktie. It's not painted all throughout. And I'll show that to you guys. So right here. So the necktie, if this is a close shirt, then it's fine, but it's partly open, hence that portion and that portion should be black, right? But again, let's look at the face sculpt of Commissioner here, and you can see the eyes are so expressive, and you have to think that this is a mass-produced toy, and you can raise the glasses like so. And you can see the eyes. The gun is nicely sculptured. Too bad that there's no holster here. You could have put a holster there, make it more special. Articulation is the same thing, friends. This is a McFarlane Toys. 721 points of articulation, you know, the usual joint here and the usual double jointed elbows. You also have the bicep articulation here. Of course, the hands, the head depends on, so it can tilt, no problem. Good. Great. Good. Alright, and down and up. Let's lower down the gun. You can see the veins on the hands, the texturing on the jacket. So down and up. Quite decent, quite decent. Okay. And love the color of the shirt. Basically the same as the artwork at the back. And again, you have your torso and your waist articulation. Can look down, no problem. Can look down and can look up. Now the legs, yes, you can do these splits, no problem. But of course at the back, because the jacket hinders the movement. Nice crease in the pants. The shoes, the usual McFarlane shoes there. with the torticulation. Okay, and there you go. So I'm loving this action figure, and I bought this not because I want to complete that year one Batman, but more so on being able to have Commissioner Gordon for the comics version of Batman. And this hand here, by the way, is like a holding hand, and I'll show you why I'm calling it like a holding hand. So like I said, this figure is exactly the same as the John Constantine figure, first wave of, here you go, of Page Punchers. See, the hand is the same hand as Jim Gordon here, but the Constantine figure comes with a book of spells, and I just replaced the other hand here with that hand effect. Okay, so you can see the difference. And again, the sculpt of the whole body sculpt is the same as this James Gordon. You can see that, just a different coloring, and they patch the torn pants there, trousers, but it's all the same. Even the belt the same, everything is the same. Okay, again, just a quick hi here from John Constantine. The book just fell but here's the book of spells. There you go. And let me just put that here. And there you go. So now Jim Gordon is also reading a book. Right? There you go. Meet Barbara Gordon, also known as Batgirl. So there you go. Father and daughter. And this is the Batgirl with the infamous side eye. Infamous side eye. I don't have Batman Year 1, but I kind of like this. Oh, I kind of like this Batman Nightfall. I think that looks nice. And I'll put Batgirl right here. Okay. And here is Jim Gordon with Batman Hush. Nice one as well. But I think that I prefer the size of Nightfall right here. What do you guys think? Actually, might be mistaken. I think might be too short. Okay, I think Hush looks better. And then Barbara Gordon right here. There we go. And here's Lieutenant James Gordon standing beside the bat signal. Nice. So friends, would this be a must-buy for McFarlane collectors? Well, I guess if you are a big fan of Batman, most likely yes. If you are a big fan of McFarlane toys, most likely yes. And if you're a big fan of comics, probably yes. So in other words, it is a must-buy. And for me, it is a must-buy. Just because, yes, the body block is the same, exactly the same as John Constantine, but the head sculpt alone is amazing. I love the head sculpt. It's generic, yes, but it's full of expression. It's like the comics. Or an animation. I can't remember where I've actually seen this face, but so familiar looking to me, you know, and looks like a James Gordon, looks like a Jim Gordon commissioner, you know. So that's why I think it's a must-buy. Okay friends, up to here only, and like always be kind to yourself, always be kind to other people, love your toys, love your collection no matter what they are. Until my next episode, I'll see you soon. Bye.